Hi everyone, so I'd like to welcome you to our first lesson in Math 1014. I put all of my pages in this nice little binder, and you'll see that the workbook that you have looks just like this. I also put little tabs in here to label the different units that I explained in the syllabus so that you know which lessons go to which test. So up until this tab, this is all the first unit test, and then the second section is the second unit test, and so on and so forth. So we're going to just jump right in today, and we're going to start with the first lesson. So the first lesson here is an arithmetic review, and this arithmetic review focuses on order of operations first. So hopefully we've heard of Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally or PEMDAS. So each letter stands for an operation. So P is the parentheses, E is exponents, MD is multiplication and division. But the important part is you have to do it from left to right. Same with addition and subtraction, from left to right. So if you're writing PEMDAS on the side of your paper, when you see questions like these down here, make sure that you write it like this. Not like that. Okay? Writing it like this helps us to remember that multiplication and division are on the same level so that we can go from left to right. And it kind of helps us because it's side by side. Anyways, let's get going on some examples here. So if we're thinking of PEMDAS and we're looking at this first example, our first operation we have to look for is P. So are there any parentheses? And in this question there are. Parentheses here are grouping the operation of multiplication together, saying that we need to do this multiplication first. Now, when you're doing order of operations, it's a good idea to do just one operation at a time. I'd like to underline the step that I do each time so that if I ever have to go back and check my work, I remember then what exactly I did. So 2 times 5 is 10, and then we bring down our squared. And then our next step, and our only step that's left, is the exponent, which is 10 squared. We hopefully remember that 10 squared means 10 times 10, right? So 10 squared is 100. And I like to circle my answer when I get to the bottom, just to help me know that I'm all done. Okay? Let's look at the next one here. So we have the operation of multiplication, and we have an exponent. Now, according to our order of operations, exponents come before multiplication. So we're going to do this exponent first. So 5 squared, remember, is 5 times 5. So this is going to be 25. We're going to take that and bring down the 2 times. Now the only operation that's left is multiplication, and when we do 2 times 25, we get 50. And we're going to circle that when we're done. Okay? Right here we have the operation of subtraction, and we have the operation of addition. Okay? First thing we're going to do is look at our order of operations. Now, addition and subtraction are on the same level, but remember, we have to go from left to right. So we have to do the first operation, which in this case is subtraction. So 10 minus 7 is 3. Bring down my plus 1. And now I have 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay? Over here, we have subtraction, we have parentheses, and we have addition. So, what operation are we going to do first? we're going to do parentheses first, which is grouping together the addition. So we're actually going to do the addition first because it's in parentheses. So 7 plus 1 is 8. And then I bring down my 10 and my minus. And once you've simplified what's in the parentheses, you don't need the parentheses anymore. So 10 minus 8 is 2. Okay. Now as we keep going, you're going to notice that more and more operations are going to be included. As I scooch my paper up, you might not be able to see my PEMDAS on my paper, but you'll be able to see it on yours. So you want to make sure that it's still visible to you. So if I'm looking at example number 2 here, the first thing on our PEMDAS list is P for parentheses. So we have to do the parentheses first. So 4 minus 2 is 2. Bring down my cubed, bring down my 24, and my divided by. Remember, I'm only doing one step at a time. Alright, I did my parentheses. Check. Now I'm on to E. Are there any exponents? Yeah, there are. We have 2 cubed, or 2 to the third power, which remember is 2 times 2 times 2. 2 3 times. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times, I almost wrote 4 times 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So 2 cubed is 8. I'm going to bring down my 24 and my division. 24 divided by 8 is the only operation that's left, so we can do that next. How many 8s go into 24? We have 3. Alright. Okay. I'm going to keep working through all of the questions on this page, page 2, and the next page, page 3. But I would encourage you, if you are feeling confident, to pause the video and try to do them by yourself first. And then you can come back and watch the rest of the video to make sure that you got them the rest of the way. So, we're going to remember our PEMDAS. I'm going to kind of write it here just so that we remember. Parentheses first. Now within the parentheses we have to start with the highest operation. So we have addition in the parentheses and we have division in the parentheses. So according to our list, division is before addition because it's higher in the list. So we have to do our division first. Okay. So 12 divided by 6 is 2. So I'm going to bring down everything around it. Make sure you don't forget any of those pieces. Okay, now I have to keep working on those parentheses. Now there's only one operation left in the parentheses addition, so that's what I'm going to do next. So I have 4 plus 5 times 3 squared. Now in this question, be careful because these parentheses are serving as multiplication. This is 5 times 3 squared. Okay. Now since this parenthesis is representing multiplication here, and this is an exponent, and this is addition, which of those operations comes first? So parentheses, exponent. We have to do the exponent next. The 3 squared. So 3 squared, remember, is 3 times 3, right, which is 9. So I have 4 plus 5 times 9. Now we have addition and multiplication left. So multiplication comes before addition, so I have to do my multiplication first. 4 plus 5 times 9 is 45. And then lastly, we have our addition here that we can finish up with, which is going to be 49. Let me circle it because we're at the end. Okay? Let's look at number 4. Now, we don't have any parentheses or exponents, but we do have multiplication, or we do have something on the level of multiplication and division. We have division, because a fraction bar means division. However, we can't divide it right now because we have two separate groups. Now, the thing about a fraction bar, when it's used as a fraction bar, in this case, and not used as division, it can also be used to create groups. So be careful. Parentheses can also mean grouping symbols or groups in general. So what we have to do first, actually, is simplify the whole top and simplify the whole bottom, and then we can do the division from top to bottom. So 15, so I'm going to do my little fraction bar here. 15 minus 3, right, is 12. And 1 plus 5 is 6. We have to do them separately before we do them together. Now we're going to do 12 divided by 6, because this fraction bar, remember, means division. And 12 divided by 6 is 2. Okay? Going to turn the page. Now, at this point, you should be able to do most of these by yourself. This is the you try section. See the words you try up here? So you are going to want to try these by yourself. I'm going to keep going through them, though. So we have 7 minus 2 first, because it's in parentheses. So I have 11 plus 3 times 5 squared. Exponents. Next, 5 squared is 25. 11 plus 3 times 25. Okay. Multiplication before addition. 3 times 25. 11 plus 75, right, equals 86. Okay. Same as we did on the previous page, we have to simplify the top and the bottom separately before we can divide them with each other. So 8 plus 6 is 14. 4 minus 2 is 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. All right. Now we have lots of parentheses going on here. We want to start from the innermost parentheses. So we have this 8 minus 4 here. That's the closest to the middle. 8 minus 4 is 4. So I'm going to keep everything else the same. 10 plus 2 minus 5 times parentheses 6 squared divided by 4. Okay. Now in my parentheses, now both of these only have one set of parentheses, so we're going to start with the parentheses that has the highest order of operation, which would be this exponent here. So I'm going to do this 6 squared first. So I have 10 plus 2 minus 5 times 36 divided by 4. Okay? We have addition and subtraction, and we have division. Division has to come first. So we're going to do 36 divided by 4, all right, which is 9. So I have 10 plus 2 minus 5 times 9. Okay? Now this parentheses has been completely finished. So I'm done with my 9. Now I'm going to simplify my other set of parentheses. Addition and subtraction are on the same level. We have to work from left to right. So the first operation is the addition. 10 plus 2 is 12, so I have 12 minus 5 times 9. 12 minus 5 is 7. So 7 times 9. That's the last operation, so we can do that one last, which is 63. Okay? Let's start on this one. what is the highest operation? Okay, so if you need to keep writing it on your paper, go for it. We have parentheses, and we have to do the highest operation in the parentheses, which is the exponents are higher than multiplication. So we're going to start with the exponent. So I have 10 plus 8 minus 6 squared divided by, now that's just all the bring down. 3 squared is 9 times 4. Still have to do this parenthesis, but we're going to do the multiplication this time. 9 times 4 is 36. Bring down everything else. Divided by 36. Now, what is the next highest operation? We did our parentheses. Now we have an exponent. So we have 6 squared, which is 36. Bringing down the other stuff in front, the 10 plus 8 and the subtraction sign. Now we have addition, subtraction, and division. Well, division is higher than addition and subtraction, so we have to do the division first. 36 divided by 36 is 1. So I have 10 plus 8 minus 1. Addition and subtraction are on the same level, but we have to go from left to right. Left is the addition, so I have 18 minus 1, which is 17. Okay. Looking at order of operations, we have to start with the parentheses. So we're going to start right here with this 10 minus 9. So I have 8 divided by 1 cubed times 7 plus 4 squared. Okay. The next level are the exponents. Now you'll notice that we actually have 2 exponents here, but we're going to work from left to right. So I'm going to do this exponent first, and I'm going to do the 4 squared exponent second. 1 cubed is 1 times 1 times 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 again is 1. So 8 cubed is just plain old 1. 8 divided by 1 times 7 plus 4 squared. Now we can do the 4 squared, which is 4 times 4, which is 16. So this part here is 16. So I have 8 divided by 1 times 7 plus 16. Alright, we did the parentheses, we did the exponents, now we're at multiplication and division. But remember, we have to go from left to right. So we're going to do this division first because it occurs on the left. 8 divided by 1 is 8. Bring everything else down. Multiplication is before addition, so we have to do multiplication first. 8 times 7 is 56. And lastly, we can do our addition. We have 56 plus 16. 6 and 6 is 12. 5, 6, 7. Should be 72. And if you need to write them on top of each other and add them up, go ahead and do that. We shouldn't be using our calculators for this page, though, because this is technically an arithmetic review, which means we should be using our arithmetic skills, our brains here. Alright, let's try this one right here. Remember, we start at the centermost parentheses. So I'm going to do 6 plus 4, because this has double sets of parentheses. 6 plus 4 is 10. So now I have 10 times 10 divided by 2 cubed minus 7 squared. Now, in this parentheses, we have multiplication. In this parentheses, we have an exponent. So we have to do the exponent next. So this 10 times 10 is going to stay. 2 cubed, remember, is 2 times 2 times 2, which we did on the previous page. We figured out that it was 8. Okay. Now, we have to figure out which operation comes first. We have multiplication in these parentheses, or we have subtraction in these parentheses. Multiplication has to come before subtraction, so we're going to do our 10 times 10 first and get 100 divided by 8 minus 7 squared. And let's finish off the parentheses now. We have 8 minus 7, which is 1. Alright, and we have 1 squared, which is also 1. So 100 divided by 1 is 100. Alright. And remember, if you need to pause this video at any time or rewind it to go back through what we talked about, please take the time to do that so that what we're doing makes sense. Let's look at this one here. We have 2 sets of parentheses right here, so we have to start in the middle. So we're going to do 9 minus 7, which is 2. Bring down all the other 2's that seem to be around it. And we have 8 plus 5 squared. Oh, and don't forget our little times in there. Now we are going to address the exponents, and we're going to work from left to right. So this 5 squared occurs on the left, so we're going to do that one first. Okay. Everything else just comes down and stays the same. And then I'm going to address this exponent next, 2 squared, which is 2 times 2, which is 4. So I have 8 plus 25 times 4 divided by 2. Now we have two sets of parentheses with 2 different operations in them. So what we're going to do is focus on the one that has the higher operation. So addition and division. Which one comes first? It's going to have to be the division. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. So I have 8 plus 25 times 2. Now because we've finished all the operations in there, the 2 gets released from the parentheses. Here we have 8 plus 25 now, the last operation in those parentheses, which is 33. Bring down the times 2. 33 times 2 is 66. Alright. Last one on this page, guys. PEMDAS. Parentheses first. Oh, here's a parentheses right here, so that's where we're going to start. 9 plus 3 is 12. Bring everybody else down around it. Okay, parentheses done. Exponents are next. We do have one exponent right here, 4 squared, which is 4 times 4, so that's 16. Bring everything else down around it. Okay. Now, what operation are we going to do next? Well, we did parentheses, we did exponents. Now we're on the level of did that one. Multiplication and division. But remember, we have to go from left to right because I see division, multiplication, and division. That's a lot. So we have to work from left to right, just like we would read words, right? We do math the same direction we read words. So I'm going to do this division first because it occurs first on the left. So 12 divided by 6 is 2. The next left would be this 2 times 8, which is 16. So I have 2 minus 16 divided by 16, because we're still on this level. We still have a division, so we have to do that before subtraction. So I have 2 minus 16 divided by 16 is 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1. Alright. The next page, we are going to talk about fractions. Okay. I'm going to pause this video so that the fractions video is a separate video. Okay.